Peace, peace, y'all. What it do is RaSun from the RaSun Report. 1/5 of the Fifth Element Hip Hop, 1/3 of 420 in Vegas podcast. Let's go, man. I got a special guest with me. I got Dwell from Politic'n Radio. And we about to jump it off, man. We about to talk a little this, little that. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Make sure you like, subscribe. And let's get it, man. Let's bring my guest in.
Ray, what up?
Big Swell, what it do?
Oh man, I can't call it. How you doing, brother?
Doing good, G. Doing good. Got you here. We're going to talk about some things. Let me get my ticker on the screen. Get everything right. How you feeling, brethren?
Oh man, blessed. Can't complain. There we go.
All right. So, every time I do this, I gotta start out with the dopest intro in the world. And we are about to get to it. Let's go.
RaSun Report. RaSun Report. Hip hop, sports, and much more from hot topics, but not the storefront. One of the intelligent fellas from Fifth Element crew. No embellishing moves when he telling the news. The platform, not the Fed type. Fancy head rap, keep the dread tight. Not to be confused with the vultures. We do it strictly for the culture. The RaSun Report. RaSun Report. RaSun Report. RaSun Report. RaSun Report.
Yeah. Shout out to my guys, 6 John and Evan Wilson. 6 did the track. Evan Wilson did the video for it. That shit get me hype every time.
Yeah, they put in work.
I need a whole song.
Yeah, they put in work.
They definitely did, man. They definitely did. How your week been, man?
Oh man, I can't complain, man. More of it. You know what I'm saying? Ripping and running,
Right.
moving and grooving.
Anything new? Seen any good movies or anything?
No, I haven't really even been checking out too many shows besides the Game of Thrones. That's about what I'm on right now. That new Game of Thrones. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
Everything else is in those crazy little half seasons of, you know what I'm saying, the show on pause until a couple of weeks. You know what I mean?
Right. I watched the Quiet Place, day 1.
Oh yeah,
You ever
yeah,
seen
I
the
did
Quiet
see that.
Place?
Yeah, I did see that.
You seen? It's like 3 parts. I think day 1. This is the third installment of the series. I think it's the third, unless it's the second.
Oh, you know what? I did not realize those was connected. I think I just realized that right now when you just said that. So that's what day one was like, the prelogue or the
Yeah, I guess the prequel. I think it's 3 parts, unless it's 2, but maybe it's 3. I'm not sure.
you might be right. I
Yeah,
think
but
it is three because that's the movie where it was
you got to be
I forget.
quiet. Motherfucking
Yeah,
aliens can hear
yeah.
every fucking thing. They can't see
Okay.
shit, but they can hear.
Okay.
They can hear like
Yeah.
motherfuckers. It
Yeah.
had Lapita in it.
Yeah. I did check that out. I didn't know that. I don't know why my brain didn't connect it to being related to the other ones. I guess those monsters look totally different. I was thinking it was a whole different movie. I didn't know that. I'm tripping. I didn't even know they was connected.
Yeah, that motherfucker. That shit was good as hell.
Okay.
Let me see. We got a sponsor for this show. I want to make sure I put them on the screen real fast. Boom.
Oh yeah.
Beg for Mercy by Miles Felony. It's a Beg for Mercy: The Sin City Chronicles, Book 1, The Reason. Y'all check this. Y'all can get that book on Amazon. Or if you're in Vegas, hit up Miles Felony on IG. If you're anywhere in the world, hit up Miles Felony on IG, and he'll ship that right out to you. It's about a schizo. Is he schizo? Is he a schizophrenic? He's about a
Yeah,
Vietnam veteran,
yeah. He got some
and he's a
PTSD type stuff going on.
yeah, and he's a fucking serial killer. So it's definitely a good read, man. Beg for Mercy by Miles Felony. Make sure y'all check that out. I got shit ringing over here. All right, so starting this show off, man, we want to say rest in peace. We lost some dope artists and a dope actress this week. You bring them up. Erica Ash, DJ Polo from Cool G Rap and DJ Polo, and Chino XL. Just give a little information on him. DJ Polo down there with the hat on. He's 63 years old. He's from the iconic rap group Cool G Rap and DJ Polo. You know, Cool G Rap had a baby with Superhead. If you didn't know, um, just a little quick history on him. Eric B introduced G Rap to Polo, and the rest is history. After that, they hooked up with Mr. Magic and Marley Marl. Joined the world famous Juice Crew. That was with Big Daddy Kane, Master Ace. They had that song. What was the song? What was the fucking song? The Symphony Part
Yeah.
1.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, yeah. And then Chino XL. I don't know too much of Chino XL's music. I'm going to go ahead and admit it now. I know he has a new song on. He's featured on Rakim's new album, which is dope. I listened to that earlier. He's rapping his ass off too. Not sure. They don't know why he passed away. They don't know what he passed away from just yet.
Oh, I remember Chino XL
But
was famous for having a beef with it wasn't Tupac, was it? Yeah, Tupac.
yeah,
Yeah, Chino
and I don't
XL.
even know if he had to beef
F
with
you
him. I
too.
know Pac had a problem with Chino XL.
Yeah, he was putting it out there. Uh,
Chino
yeah, I
XL,
remember
fuck
that.
you too.
Yeah,
Damn.
that's what I remember. That was probably his
I think
most
that was the first time I heard of Chino XL.
claim to fame. He had a cut that was being played in the early '90s or the mid '90s as well. I remember that he had a little hot little 15. You know what I'm saying?
Mm, right. Yeah. He can definitely rap his ass off, man. Rest in peace to him.
Yes, sir.
And then Erica Ash, find some she
Man,
passed
she
away
was
from
funny.
cancer. She was 46 years old.
Man, that's crazy. She was funny, and I didn't even know that she was even going through cancer. So that was a tragedy right there.
Right. She was on Survivor's Remorse. She was on Real Husbands of Hollywood.
She was funny on Real
Um,
Husband. She was funny in all her characters. She could act.
yeah, she was on dozens of other films, including Mad TV. Her family confirmed that she died after a long cancer battle, but did not provide other details. So,
Man, I
yeah, man,
forgot
rest
she
in
was on
peace to them.
Mad TV a long time ago. That was her on Mad
Yeah.
TV. Damn, until you just said that, truly forgot that. I've been wondering, like, everything I see her on, she's familiar. But
Hmm.
the Real Husbands, or was that the Real Husbands, the Real
Of
Housewives,
Hollywood
Husbands of Hollywood? Yeah,
with Kevin Hart.
man, she was funny on that. But when I seen her on that, I was like, man, I think she's BT. I remember I was like, man, she's something on BT. I just remember her face. But then I started checking out their what is it, Survivor's Remorse, and she
Hmm.
was definitely one of the main characters on there. That was bringing it. She was talented.
Yeah, Survivor's Remorse was funny as hell.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah.
man.
So rest in
Okay,
peace, her.
okay, okay, okay. News of the day, and you can definitely attest to what's going on here. There was a riot at Ely State Prison here in
Mm.
Nevada. Um, 3 inmates dead, 9 injured, taken to the hospital. Um, actually, I gotta let's see. I got a picture of the inmate that passed away.
2 A-dubs, 2 so-called Aryan warriors.
There you go, right there. So what happened? It seems there was a feud in between two rival gangs. This dead guy right here, his name is Zachary Luz. He was 43 years old. He was white supremacist gang leader, leader of the Aryan Warriors. So shit. Now, the reason I said you can attest to that, you did a little time at Ely, right?
Yeah, I was in that institution before. You know what I'm saying?
How
Unfortunately, I
does
had to spend
How does I talked to Wu earlier, and he
Mhm.
said riots happen all the time at Ely. He was at Ely also.
Well, go ahead. I don't
No,
remember
I was
when.
just
Unfortunately, when I was there, it was a closed like institution, meaning that um, everything was like controlled movement. So it was only like even 2 units out of maybe 9 or 10 or whatever it was that you even got to, you know, be on a tier. You know what I'm saying? That you weren't pretty much locked down 23 hours a day. And
right,
those were either the worker units. I think it was like the worker unit and one of the other units when you're getting where you're waiting for a job. You know what I'm saying? You just haven't been called up to work or whatever. Those are pretty much the only units. But say like 8 and 9 are workers units. So that means 7, 6, 5. Everything else is you're on lockdown. And then a couple of those units are whole units, and then there's death row because the death row was at that facility as well. So um, yeah, it wasn't a lot of riots when I was there because everything was super
right,
locked down, but there was still something happening all the time. Like on a weekly
right.
basis, there was still something going down, but it's usually involving staff and inmates. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I read a
So
year ago the inmate was stabbed and killed.
yeah, it was crazy. I remember one of the few things that I do remember um, was like, for instance, the as soon as you show up, you know, everybody gives you the rundown of what's going on, the politics of the yard and situation and whatnot. And so I just remember being brought up to speed and everybody letting you know, like, you know, how the racial situation was there, what you
Right.
had to worry about, the officers. And it was definitely one of those situations to where the officers were kind of like, you know, working hand in hand with some of these AWs that they're, you know, some of the same ones that they are that was involved in this same
Yeah.
organization pretty much were in cahoots with some of the COs there. And so
Damn.
that was a crazy situation. I remember there's a video um, of a famous attack, or not famous, but an infamous attack where this black guy was killed while he was held down by two Aryan warriors, AWs, and
Hmm.
the COs kind of like, you know, set him up a little bit. They allowed these dudes to basically murder this dude, you know what I'm saying, and stabbed him up. So that was like when I got there, that was even though it happened a few years prior to me being there, that was all
Hmm.
everybody talked about was like, you know, pay attention, you know what I'm saying? Know what's going on, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
This ain't your regular situation. But at the
Is
same
there?
time,
Mike, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, I'm just saying at the same time, that's everybody was like, you know, you got to pretty much pay attention. But that it's a, you know, it's a maximum security institution. So, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Is there like are the is the Aryan Nation or the AWs who's the biggest um who has the biggest control? Is it the Crips, the Bloods, the Mexican Mafia, the
Well,
Aryans, or is it all about even?
it's man, I can only tell you about the years that I was there, and back then,
Right.
it was for sure the people that had the most access was the whites. You know what I'm saying? They, you know, they're, you know, when
Right.
you first of all, Ely, Nevada is northern Nevada. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't like it has no black population. You know what I'm saying? The only pretty much black people that probably are even in the area are working for the prison, and it's
Mm,
probably only a couple of those guys. You know what I'm saying? So just by default, you know what I'm saying? Those people had more influence and more power because they, you know what I'm saying? They had officers that was their buddies. They had, you know what I'm saying? So
right. Yeah.
you know, when I tell you these dudes had like street knives, like, you know, like David Bowie, like Bowie knives, and, you know, hunting
Yeah.
gear.
Like the Rambo shit.
Yeah, for real live weapons. So everybody else trying to make some shit, they had the for real deal from the street shit. You know what I'm saying? They had officers holding
Right.
this shit, like, you know. So it was a little different. You just
Damn,
had to know
that's
what you was up
crazy.
against. Oh yeah, yeah. It was. That's what it was, and probably to
Damn.
a degree, it's probably still like that. Ain't no telling.
Okay. So I'm give you just a little more information on this. So NDOC director James D. Zarenda was briefed at the prison following the fight. Governor Lombardo's office also confirmed the incident was gang related. Two of the victims killed in the fight have been identified as Zachary Luz, 43, and Connor Brown, 22. The third victim has not yet been identified as officers wait to notify the next of kin. Prison records show that Luz was serving a sentence of 7 to 14 years for a variety of charges, including attempted burglary, racketeering, and attempting to obtain personal identifying information, among others. Brown was also serving a 7 to 10 year sentence for robbery and the use of a deadly weapon.
Yeah,
Losing people at all is not easy. Yada 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 yada. So
yeah.
some
I don't
lady
know
said at
that.
the end of the day, go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
At the end, some lady said at the end of the day, they're human beings with families, with children, with parents, and everybody else. They're still going to greet them. As of Wednesday, today, or yesterday, as of Wednesday, the prison is still on lockdown. What does lockdown consist of?
Oh man, I'm sure you know. You know it ain't no
It's
movement.
like
You
they
know what I'm
can't come
saying?
out their cells, no
Yeah,
phone
man,
calls,
nothing.
no
Yeah,
showers, no
institution shut down.
visitations.
Nope, nothing. Officers are feeding everybody. Ain't no going to chow. Everybody's sitting in their cell waiting to find out what's going on. That's what lockdown is. No phone calls, no visits, no movement. You know what I'm saying? Your food is being
See,
brought to your room. You know what I'm saying? And
just
might not
all
even be no
bad.
hot food. Yeah, it might. Because they probably ain't not having workers even work. So that means probably 9 times out of 10 you're getting a little bologna sandwich, lunch, dinner, breakfast type situation. You know what I'm saying?
You're like,
Yeah,
damn, keep the motherfucking
yeah,
peace.
yeah. They give you an egg and a sandwich in a Kool-Aid pack.
In a brown bag, huh?
Yeah, a clear plastic bag or a brown bag, one or the other. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's
that's all
unfortunate though, man. They haven't really had too many details being released right now, but so it's no, you can't really tell right now if it was a some kind of racial incident. You know what I'm saying, which is likely. You know what I'm saying, or if it was some type of you know inner conflict between gangs or whatnot that happens. So far, it looks like everybody they've identified has been um, Caucasian, probably for sure. They
right.
reported that at least two of the people that are dead were Aryan gang members.
Well,
So
The Connor Brown, they didn't really say what he was. At least I didn't see that. The 22-year-old. I was trying to figure out Connor Brown. He could be white, could be black. You know what I'm saying?
I think they showed him. I think he was pretty much. I think he was also white. I think he was one of the dudes that was probably from Reno, fresh in
Okay.
there, if I'm not mistaken. I think he
Damn.
just basically just caught a case for like a stabbing or something like that in Reno, Tahoe area, something like that. So
Mm,
and I think he had just caught his case like in 2020 or 2021. So he just got up there. He ain't even been on the yard too
right.
long. And a lot of
22
times
years
that,
old. He a baby.
yeah, he's a victim. He's gone right now. That's why it's like you can avoid dangerous places, stay out of dangerous places because it does go down.
Motherfucking right. Motherfucking right. Jesus. Yeah, that's just crazy as hell, boy. I
Yeah,
couldn't even
yeah.
imagine. What can you do during some shit like that? Just if it's a riot, jump off, stay in your cell.
It all depends on the politics of what's happening. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
All that
right,
could be very different. It could be some stuff you ain't involved in, or it could be some stuff that you got to be involved in because of the nature. You could not even be wanting to be in it, but if your skin tone dictates that you got to defend yourself, then you know what I'm
right,
saying. I didn't seen it all.
right.
You know what I'm saying. Seen Mexican on
Yeah, I hear
Mexican,
that.
black on black, white on Mexican, black on white, white. You know what I'm saying? All the combinations. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
When you're in a high intense environment.
okay. Shit, let's move on. Your boy Trump, not your boy, but you know what I mean. Your boy Trump sat down at the National Association of Black Journalists today, and shit was crazy. Did you get a chance to see that?
I did watch it. I
I
That
got
was
a couple of
crazy.
clips, a little bit of audio. I'm gonna play from a couple of it. Let's just see what they're talking about here.
Yeah, because that was crazy.
I love the black population of this country.
Come on, get it together. Get it together.
My opponent was going to be here.
Maybe they don't want it. I think my shit.
And then you said, you can't do it with Zoom.
He was big shit talking. He was talking about the equipment.
And then you were half an hour late, just so we...
Oh, it's tripping. It's tripping.
Get their equipment working or something.
Mr. President, I would love...
talking to you right now. You getting your equipment working?
Yeah, hell yeah.
You blacks always got the faulty equipment.
You had me 35 minutes late.
Lincoln.
That's my answer.
Oh man, come on.
Give me a definition.
What you think of it?
I don't even know.
News network, a terrible network.
I thought Trump came in and looked crazy than a motherfucker. And so I'm definitely not a Trump supporter. But what I think is, I think he had a chance to come in and shoot some real good bullshit, but he stayed with his Trumpism. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He had a chance to sit down in front of all these black journalists, but they were going to pick him apart anyway. But he had a chance to try to shoot some bullshit, but he stayed on. When I say shoot some bullshit, he could have tried to appease them a little bit, but he came in on bullshit. You know what I'm saying? He came in with the drama. Like, like first of all, you didn't say hello to me. You didn't do this. It's just the worst question somebody could ask me.
Hey, they say he can't read the room, but he definitely he read her room. He read that energy of the first reporter, because like he said, he was like no hello or nothing. You just get right into the nasty. I died laughing. I was like, this dude. But at the same time, it's like, what do you expect? You know what I mean? They invited the dude, whether what he was saying was right about being under the assumption that he was going to be there with the Democrat candidate Harris, and then that not happening. But also,
I don't believe that though.
I don't believe it either. But who knows? It could very well be true, because they even spoke on her not being able to make it. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully them getting a chance to have a sit down, or a Zoom call or whatever. And so I understand what he was saying. That could have been very well true. He could have been, when he got the invitation, he could have said, you and Kamala Harris, you know what I'm saying? We do, but the thing about it was supposed to be, what was it? Truth checked, live fact checked by whoever. Yeah. And we didn't see none of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He still was able to just ramble on. They didn't really have control. And then to say that, he was probably going to get ate up. I don't think he was going to get ate up. There was really only one reporter there, which was, I can't remember the young lady's name, but the one in blue.
She was from ABC though. I know that.
Yeah. And I'm it's my fault for not remembering her name, because I've seen her before. But she sat down with the agenda to get right to the point, and she was kind of direct, and I can understand her standpoint from it, because she knows who she's dealing with. But also, I understand his standpoint, because no matter what you feel, he still held the office of the presidency. So he's always trying to expect some kind of presidential decorum, even though he's never really ever giving off presidential decorum. You know what I'm saying? He's hardly ever acting presidential. You know what I'm saying? But the respect factor is still usually expected when you get a former first president and also a candidate that's running for president. There's like a little niceties usually that's expected, but she didn't do that. She got right to the fire. But the other two ladies, it was all softball questions, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
So the
The
three
one,
ladies' names was Kadia Goba, Rachel Scott, and Harris Faulkner.
okay, so Harris Faulkner is the lady that used to be on Fox, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I believe she used to be on Fox. So she's a conservative, lightweight reporter or whatever. Not even lightweight.
Mm-hmm.
The other um, um, young lady, I forgot her name. What'd you say her name was? Khadij?
Rachel Scott.
No, not Rachel Scott.
Oh,
Rachel Scott was
Kadia Goba.
okay. Okay, so she? I believe she was the one that hit him with the question about the immunity question, which was
Mm-hmm.
hardball. I was like, okay, cool, because they brought up the recent police shooting, police killing, actually murder of the young lady. Was that in
Tanya
Illinois, I
Massey.
believe? Yeah, Sonia Massey.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they allowed him to softball. They allowed him to say a lot, but not really give no direct answers to anything. And that's the only thing that I didn't really like about the whole thing was a joke, because he's a master manipulator when it comes to media, and he'll
Right.
talk around subjects, and he'll try to overtalk you, and nobody's able to kind of like hold his feet to the fire. And so when you invite a president like that, but we see it in the debates, in all of the debates, it's the same thing. They'll come up with debate rules, he breaks them, nobody says nothing. He can lie, nobody's fact checking. And I believe that that's what they were saying. What was the delay? The delay wasn't that they couldn't get their equipment right. The delay was it was supposed to be fact checked, but he was saying that he wasn't going to even participate if it was fact checked. And so I believe
Oh
that
shit.
that was maybe a compromise that they did, which was why we didn't see any fact checkers. You know what I'm saying? We didn't see
Right.
anything. Nobody stopped and was like, okay, well, according to blah, blah, blah. So it was just those three ladies trying to do their best. Another issue was like, where are the male reporters? Like, you know what I'm saying? Where
Right.
are, it's always a lot of different issues, but it was a shit show.
Let me
To
ask
me,
you
in
this:
my
what do you
opinion.
think the percentage of Trump winning this presidency, if Kamala, if he goes up against Kamala, that's what it looks like is going to happen. What do you think the percentage of him winning this thing is?
50-50. Actually, I
50-50?
probably
Yeah.
it's probably a little bit. I'm not even gonna lie. There are so many Trump fans that it might not even be 50-50. You know what I'm saying? It might be
Right.
60-40. You know what I'm saying? It might be,
Mm,
you know what I'm saying, with the few percent of people that can still be possibly swayed. But believe it or not, no matter how bad this dude is, no matter how corrupt, no matter, you know what I'm saying, all the situations, the convictions, these people, they want fascism. He's just a model, a
yeah.
tool of that. But it's like, there's a lot of people that, regardless, no matter how bad you kick him, they're going to root for him. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm,
that's kind of crazy. And with that, it's like, he has a great chance of it's on him to lose. But I believe the more the antics that they do, you know what I'm saying, the more of
mm,
and not just him, but the more the Supreme Court does, that's kind of, you know, people are being woke up by more of the ultra conservative right. You know what I'm saying? And the more that they do,
right.
the more that they push, it's like the more they push people to, you know what I'm saying, to go against them and possibly vote against them. So I think it's his to
Right.
lose. I don't think it's like
I got
Kamala's to win. I think it's more on his to lose. But it could change. You know what I'm saying? Kamala could do some,
you.
right now she's hitting the ground running. You know what I'm saying? She's raising
Yeah. Right.
funds. There's a lot of people that are motivated to have her. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, to me, in my opinion, unfortunately, she's in a position to where we don't really get to find out what she feels about, you know, uh, any of the topics that are important to our community. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
what's her plan um, to tackle inflation? What's her plan to um, uh, impact the wealth gap inequities? What's her plan to, you know what I'm saying, do anything for the community or on the border, you know, with these immigrants, with the funds, like they're with the war, you know what I'm saying? There are so many different things that we don't really get to be like, okay, I want her to be the nominee, you know what I'm saying? So they just skip past
Right.
that, and it's like, you know, do you want evil or do you want us? You don't know what we're gonna get in this box. It's like that mystery box. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? It might
Right.
be some good in the
You're my
mystery box.
you're my hood political pundit because I really don't dive too much into the politics side of things until it's this time. You know what I'm saying? Until it's every
Until
4
she get
years.
real.
Even though I do, um, I have been following like city politics more so with Twix running for
Mhm.
North Las Vegas mayor and things like that. So, but it seems like when this shit comes around, when this presidential comes around, it just goes crazy.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
how
Unfortunately, I
do you
think
think
that's when it be
Kamala?
too late for us. But I know what you said, because
Yeah,
that's how most of us are. Most of us don't realize how
yeah.
important it is until we like, damn, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Yeah, no, I definitely understand what you're saying. It's too late. Like you should have been following what's going on in your city first.
For real. Yeah. But yeah.
So Kamala had her convention in Atlanta yesterday, and she
Mhm.
brought out Meg Thee Stallion and Quavo. What do you think of that whole situation? Her bringing out Meg and Meg dancing and things like that. What? Give me your opinion on that.
I mean, it's the same. It's the same as the Democratic Party has been doing. I think um, a lot of times they have to get what they can get, because a lot of people really, um, you know, unfortunately, our community, when they come to our community, that's what it is for. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But for instance, um, they just had a report that Brad Pitt, if I'm not mistaken, was kind of like the big tip to get President Biden to decide that he wasn't going to run again, because um, I believe it was Brad Pitt. It was either Brad Pitt or George Clooney. I forget which one of these guys, but they are mega donors for the Democratic Party. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And so one of the things that swayed him is because a lot of the people, a lot of famous celebrity Hollywood individuals with that big bag were saying that, you know, they didn't want to waste their money, basically, because they felt that you know, that investment wasn't going to be a rewarding investment. So,
Right.
you know, it's like pandering to an extent, because with us, it ain't necessarily like they're looking for the bag. You know what I'm saying? They want the
Hmm.
money, but they use us more for the influence, and that's what they're always doing. They always want the vote, the influence. They want, you know. We got to realize that our community is basically American pop culture right now. So the Black
Definitely.
urban community is basically what dictates what we see and what we get pushed around the world. So they need that influence, but it's, to me, it's pandering, because it's like this was the same person that would say that they don't specifically have a plan that they're going to do for Black people. They don't have, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It isn't one
Right.
thing that she says she's going to do for Black people. You know what I'm saying? And I
Hmm.
get it. I understand what she was saying by that, meaning that what she does is going to be for the all of America. But they don't say that when it comes to LGBTQ. They don't say that when it comes to Asian community. They don't say that when it comes to the Jewish community. You know what I'm saying? They can come up with specific plans, and they don't mind saying that this is what I'm gonna do for your community. But when it comes to us, it's like they don't really want to talk about reparations, because they think that's going to lose them in the Midwest. You know what I'm saying? So they don't want to have that conversation about police reform, because that's going to lose them the support of the police unions, and you know what I'm saying, and middle.
Right.
So it's a lot of stuff that they don't want to ever say that they're going to do for you, or you know what I'm saying, push. So they encompass what they're going to do for you as doing for everybody, which is cool. But
Right.
then they still
Right.
need you to shake your ass and try to drum up, you know, young support. So that, to me, it's just, it'd be a lot of pandering. When I see it, I just be you know, I don't really be getting disgusted, but I just look at it as like it's just more pandering. It's the same as when they show up to black churches. Like, what's the point?
Indeed,
You know what
indeed.
I'm saying?
Right.
Why? So it's politic time. It's election season. You know what I'm saying? Let's go show up at a black
Exactly.
church. To me, that's disgusting.
Same way.
It's pandering. You know what I'm saying? You should
You're
be at
right.
black churches
You're all the way
when
right.
the community is saying do something about gun violence. You should be at the black churches when the community is saying do something about officer civil liberties being abused. When people's constitutional right, the right to be taken to trial and not murdered in the street, when people are having these arguments, that's when you should be at these communities. But they don't show up then. They just show up during election time. So to me, a lot
Right.
of it is pandering. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you. I hear you. For me personally, I think Meg Thee Stallion was a good look. Her performing, I don't know about that. I think she could have got up there and said a little bit like Quavo did on the gun violence situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Since Tory Lane supposedly shot her, you know what I'm saying? He's convicted of it, so we got to go with, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And she said it, so I still don't know if it's true or not. Looks like other shit is coming out about that, but it'd have been a good chance for her to get up and speak some things.
And to
I
me,
saw a
then
lot
it
of
wouldn't have been pandering then to me. It would have been like, okay, here's a celebrity, they're gonna use their voice. But if you like throwing a mini concert, I
right,
mean, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
right,
But I agree. You know what
but
I'm
it
saying?
worked. The reason it worked because it was in Atlanta. We know Atlanta is a black city, so you know that audience had to be hella, you know what I'm saying, predominantly black, I'm guessing.
But still, that's
So
like stereotypical, like, okay, that's what we came for. We want to see the ass shaking. You know what I'm saying? There's a time
right,
and place for everything.
right,
I don't need to see Meg drop it and twerk, you know what I'm saying, and bring
right.
out
Because we can
the
see that anytime, right?
you know what I'm saying? And
No, I
then
feel you. I feel you.
it's just weird. You know what I'm saying? It feeds into a stereotype that's kind of like dumb. You know what I'm saying? And that,
Hmm.
my personal opinion. You know what I mean? Some people might see
Right.
it
No,
as
I
like,
hear you.
drumming up. You know what I'm saying? Support and trying to get the crowd hyped and stuff like that. But when
Hmm.
you're dealing with stereotypes that this is how people only perceive you, and then we play into the stereotype. To me, it's like, well, why would you expect anything to change? And then, like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It could have been. It's a lot of different issues, especially in Atlanta. They got Cop City going on right now. We don't know how
Hmm.
Kamala. Well, we can assume how she feels about Cop City, but there's a lot of different issues that they are playing with that they don't want to talk about, but instead they'll, you know, uh, pay attention to the ass, not what we're doing. So I have
Right.
criticism about both. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Way far more for the Republican Party, but a lot of criticism for the Democratic Party too, because you start getting a sense that maybe they're being manipulated by this one person, you know what I'm saying, or one party is playing with, and controlling
Hmm.
both of them just by the stuff that they
Yeah.
do. That's what it starts to look like. You know what I mean?
True that. True that. I thought it was funny that Trump came on and was like, I don't need have a concert and actors up here. I was like, you just did that shit. You just had Kid Rock up there. You just had Hulk Hogan ripping his shirt off. Trump
Yeah,
is only reason
yeah.
I watched that today. I made sure because I was like, this shit about to be funny as hell. Trump coming on, this shit about to be funny as hell, and I was so right.
It's just all episode out of The Simpsons, dude. It's just crazy.
It really is. It really is. Um, where we at? What? Oh, got my headphones. Um, Project 2025. Do you have any knowledge on that? And if you do, just give me a quick yes or no.
A little bit, a little bit. It's a lot
A
to
little
it.
bit.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I've read a couple of the documents, some of the principles.
Okay. All right. I
It's,
want I
it's
want you to give me a little knowledge on it. Before we do that though, we're gonna jump into a little video. We're gonna take a quick break, jump into a video, and then we'll get right back to it.
for sure.
This video is from a Las Vegas artist. Her name is Miracle King. She just dropped a new track. Let me find it. Boom. And here we go. Check it out. Miracle King.
Feeling down, missing you. Lately I'm seeing blue. Is what I'm hearing true? Say you got a new chick. I gotta keep it cool. I just hope the new bitch that you with car came bulletproof. 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 Oh, bulletproof. Bulletproof. Cause I'm taking shots. I'm taking shots if I see y'all in traffic. I'm taking shots at the bar. Fuck around well out and start blasting. Got me hurting, got me down bad, got me hurting. You know I'm not the bitch to play. You know I'm a savage. You know I can't manage. You know I hate going back to my violent ways. If I'm hard, a nigga might die today. You don't want kill dust when you dug that grave. You said we was locked in, now your bitch not safe now. Everywhere you go, you gotta see my face. Slide a hoop, nigga, you dead wrong. And you with this bitch like she bulletproof. Well, I hope y'all made out of Teflon. Feeling down, missing you. Lately I'm seeing blue. Is what I'm hearing true? Say you got a new chick. I gotta keep it cool. I just hope the new bitch that you with car came bulletproof. 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 Oh, bulletproof. Bulletproof.
Yeah. What you think about that?
Oh, I like it. I like it. I like it. I think
Yeah.
I've never heard of that artist before, but I think it's a good start. I think it's a good start. You know what I'm saying?
No, she's dope. She has a song with G Herbo. She's from Northtown. She's from the
Man,
north. She's from the,
okay.
got a song with G Herbo. She came on the Fifth Element Hip Hop and killed the bar test.
Man, she got a
Killed the
nice
bar
voice.
test.
She got a nice
Yeah.
voice.
And like her demeanor, like when you see her, she's cute, you know what I'm saying? She's petite, but then you pay attention to watch some of her songs and some of her videos, she hard than a motherfucker.
Yeah. That's why I said
Shout
I
out to
like
Miracle King.
I like the combination of kind of more of like a hip hop, like, you know, it's kind of like a rap song, you know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
she R&B'd it all the way up. You know what I'm saying? I like it. It's
Yeah,
pretty dope.
yeah, she's dope.
Yeah.
She's dope. Okay. Project 2025. What can you tell me about it?
Man, all you need to know about Project 25 is that it's just one piece of these white nationalist movement. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, people get caught up in the name and the title, Project 25. All that is a piece of paper that these people have, you know, finally put their ideas on a document for dispersal among themselves and America. But all of these same things that they're going for, which is basically an overhaul of basically the state, you know what I'm saying? And when I say an overhaul of the state, they want to get rid of a lot of um, organizations. They want to get rid of a lot of positions. They want to redo the EPA. They want to get rid of civil rights organizations that are already embedded inside other organizations. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, they want to reorganize the state basically to push this Christian and nationalism. And they're bringing it back like, oh, it's this thing like we never heard of Christian nationalism. We know, we grew up in a time where Christian nationalism mean basically KKK. It's white supremacy,
Right.
neo-Nazis, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, that's the church of the neo-Nazis. It's Christian nationalism. That's where, you know, whether you were AW or Aryan Warrior, neo-Nazi, you know what I'm saying, a Ku Klux Klan, a Southern Whites blah blah blah. All over this country there are different white supremacist organizations, and the tie of most of these was the Christian nationalism, the basically the church of white supremacy. And so when you're seeing stuff like Project 2025, and you see organizations that's pushing it, which is like the Heritage Foundation, when you see these organizations like the Federalist Society, so these are all levels of the same type of organization, but just at different levels. So you have these people that are part of the Federalist Society. These are the judges and the lawyers that believe in a narrow view of the Constitution, and basically, the best way to describe their understanding of the Constitution, which is that the Supreme Court had it correct in the 1800s. You know what I'm saying? So, they want to go back to that. You know what I'm saying? States have a right to do whatever. These certain people over here, you know what I'm saying, belong in this certain situation. And these people over here have the right to pretty much do whatever because of, you know what I'm saying? So the Federal Society is the judges. And right now, that's what you see with the Supreme Court. You see a lot of fascism. You see a lot of support for, you know what I mean, their rendering, their understanding of the constitutional rights and their understanding of previous precedent is always going to be based off of their values and views from that Christian nationalist standpoint. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so they allow, and they rulings put forth that. And underneath that, the Heritage Foundation. And all the Heritage Foundation is some of those same lawyers that are in the Federal Society, but now we're talking about the senators, now we're talking about the congressmen, now we're talking about public officials, now we're talking about policymakers, along with corporations, big business. That's the Heritage Foundation part. These are the movers and shakers in that world. And these are the people that start coming up with the policies that are going to be pushed and put forth to the Supreme Court. So a lot of these people that are part of the Heritage Foundation, they are the same ones that are, suing and putting forth these illegal challenges to civil rights. You know what I'm saying? They are the ones paying for the reverse racism arguments so they can get those before the new Supreme Court that is controlled and kind of backed heavily by those that are members of the Federalist Society that have that.
Are they behind getting rid of affirmative action,
all
things
of these
like that?
people? Yes, these are the same people. You know what I'm saying? Because they are trying to take it back to an American values. When they're talking about making America great again, we know what they're talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
Exactly.
so Heritage Foundation, Project 2025, these are this is what you're seeing is their actual plan being put forth. But you have to kind of look at it as everything that they're doing. You can't just look at it as like that because they're already implementing those plans. Florida's
So
already.
why do you think? My bad, but why do you think we got so many of our people like fuck it, we still voting for Trump? They just don't know. They just don't care.
Man, it's because people. It's the same reason why Democrats and people that are so-called left or super progressive can still support a war in Gaza. It's the same reason why
I hear
people
that.
can tell you that they're
100%. Yep.
pro-life and each baby's life count, but yes, hurry up and go murder some more Palestinian children. You know what I'm saying? This is why,
Yeah.
because these people are really hypocrites. They really, you know what I'm saying? They can tell you that they're Jesus, you know what I mean? And they're good Christians. And at the same time, leave church and go to a lynching. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is
Real shit.
this is the mindset and the psychology of a lot of these people that will smile in your face, work with you, co-work with you, think that they're, I'm a good person. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just it's not just like a white or black thing, because all of us, we do it because we think we're doing it for whatever our reason is that justifies it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
we could be, against illegal immigrants, or we can be against immigration because we're worried about our job when your mom probably was an illegal immigrant, you know what I'm saying, or an immigrant. And so, it's the same things that allow us to justify stuff that we normally wouldn't justify. People they just at a certain moment, they don't give a damn. They just be selfish
Right.
and don't even really realize what they're voting for. A lot of people, like,
Right.
to me, we're living more and more into a solid fascism. Like right now, I believe what we're living with is soft fascism. I believe Black people have been screaming about fascism for a
What
long
is
time.
fascism to those that don't know?
Fascism is basically being under the thumb of the state, meaning that the state is going to dictate A, B, and C, and it's going to be pretty much ran by an organization to where, it's either, like how these people are trying to make it into a Christian state. You know what I'm saying? Like America is a Christian state. And basically, if you don't understand or you don't agree with what the state is pushing for, then we're going to lock your ass up or we're going to knock you off. You know what I'm saying? Fascist governments like Mussolini, um,
Mm-hmm.
Hitler, you know what I'm saying? These are people that were pushing fascist states, meaning the state, the military. So when we're talking about fascism, you have to understand that racism is a part of fascism. So, when we were apartheid is a part of fascism. You know what I'm saying? When South Africa was saying that, blacks had to live a certain way and there was a hierarchy, right? Whites, you know what I'm saying, got this and you are right here. That's fascism. In America,
Right.
during the civil rights, pre-civil rights, when we were living in Jim Crow, which is another form of
Mm-hmm.
apartheid, that's still a part of fascism because the violence is
Okay.
backed up
Right.
by the state. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right. Right.
the regular people can live a certain way, but the state, will allow shit that is basically a total separate rule for a people that's either deemed lower class or, you know what I mean, unworthy of the rest of the protections of the state. You know what I'm saying? And you have this state controlled violence. So, or state allowed violence. So all that is a coming of what fascism is. And when I say that, we kind of like our community has always been the first to ring out about it because we are the first community that's always complaining about police violence. So it's like nobody would be tripping if the police were doing their job, meaning that you do something, it's a crime, they go out their way to take you before a judge. Would nobody be screaming about police brutality? Or, I mean, it might be a small percentage, but it wouldn't be the community, a large population that was saying that we need police reform because they would be doing their job. You know what I'm saying? Go out and arrest somebody, get the, abide by the Constitution, the law, you know what I'm saying? Do whatever you're supposed to do in your professional manner. Take them before a period, the jury or judge. They get convicted, send their ass, whatever, whatever. But
Right.
if only one part of the population is afforded that opportunity, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have these young white kids that can kill up everybody and somehow they can still find their way to jail. They can still find their way to court. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
So on the other hand, it could be a situation where a person have no gun, there's no threat, officer kill them. Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? But then the state tells you that that ain't a situation we need to. You have a president like Trump or somebody like Trump saying that they need immunity instead of even being corrected. Then what you are seeing is the lead from soft fascism to what we already got going on to straight up pure fascism. You know what I'm saying? Which is like, okay, and the voter population is cool with it. The people in middle America, rural America, they're cool with it because they haven't been affected by it yet.
So what's the opposite of fascism? Is there is there a word for it? Because you said right now we got soft fascism going on. Is there
Socialism? That's the
socialism?
opposite.
Okay.
Yeah, socialism.
Is that what we're living? Is that what we're living in now?
Socialism
In
or
a
fascism?
social
No, I don't think we're living in
socialism.
socialism. I think there's a push to try to get close to some type of democratic socialism, meaning that,
Mm-hmm.
the state is more responsible to provide protections and stuff like that and guarantees for its citizens. But, we can't even really get that right? Because look at the healthcare. So there was this
Right.
big push to even have universal health care. We didn't get universal
Mhm.
health care. There was a compromise into this type of health care that we got right now, which is, for all intents
Which was
purposes,
Obamacare, and then Biden put whatever his spin on it.
right. But even Obamacare,
Okay.
what we received, which became known as Obamacare, was not what was intentionally promised, or, what we got was the negotiated down, watered down version just to get something to
Right.
pass. You know what I'm saying? But what we were going
I can
for,
I can testify though, motherfucking, it helped me out. Whatever the
yeah,
fuck we got with Obamacare, it helped me out like a motherfucker.
yeah, it helped a lot of people out, and it did. That's why I say it
Right.
didn't do something, but it wasn't what we were promised, because people still. That's why they try to champion right now, talking about they got insulin down. You know what I'm saying? You got
Hmm.
insulin down. You got maybe 15 other drugs down, but there's thousands of medications that are ridiculous for no fucking reason other than
Right.
capitalism and consumer and greed. You know what I'm saying? So we
Maybe
run, we
that's the
didn't
word
get
I
it.
was looking for. Capitalism. That might have been the word I was looking for.
Yeah, no,
Is
they.
is cap
That's what America is on for sure. We are a capitalist society.
right.
Yeah, and we push
That's what
capitalism
I was
everywhere.
looking for. The opposite of fascism. I was looking for
Yeah.
capitalism,
Well,
but I didn't hear what
capitalism is
you
a little
just
bit
said.
different. Capitalism is more on the economic kind of situation. You know what I'm saying? Capitalism is the shit that allows us to do dirty shit for and justify it by saying that, oh, we're gonna make a profit. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
because I thought of it, I'm gonna put myself up here as the head honcho, and I'm gonna pay myself thousands, but I'm only going to, get people to work in
Right.
sweatshops for it. That's essentially capitalism, you know what I'm saying, to a degree. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? It's the exploitation of
Right.
others for a good, you know what I'm saying? In my opinion,
What
you
do
know what I'm
you?
saying?
No, I got you. What do you think when Trump was saying he was talking to the Christians? You know what I'm saying? I just need y'all to vote, and this will be the last time you had to do it. You know what I'm saying? This
you
will be the
know,
last time you got to
I
do
can only tell you what
it.
I
Is he
think he
trying to
meant.
take off some?
I can only tell you what I think he mean, and
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What do you think he means?
I think he mean what everybody think he mean. Give me one more action.
Right.
I'm gonna change some shit up, boy. So I don't
Like
know.
he about to be the king.
The thing about Trump is he's good at sending out those little double entendres, or those little secret, those little secret messages to his crowd. You know what I'm saying? And he plays on people like that. So I think that's more the same. Like I said, he was trying to do a lot more. If you paid attention to the last Trump presidency, he was really trying to do a lot more than he was allowed to. Luckily, they had people around him that would not allow him to do everything that he wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mm.
and that's why you're seeing this whole thing about Project 2025, is because all those people that was really wanting him to go ahead and declare that he won presidency, and just to, have Vice President Pence, you know what I'm saying, this whole little organizational coup that they had planned up. That's all basically Project 2025 is. They're trying to set it up to where they can get rid of, you know, people who are working for the state independently of party, whose basic job is to make sure that the state functions, you know what I'm saying? And some
Mhm.
nut can't come in and just, push the button for no reason. I think that's what that more so is encompassing with Project 2025, is to try to get rid of any of the gatekeepers that would be normally for,
Right.
sanity, and set it up to where if he did one day, say, hey, look, I'm gonna do some Putin stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna take this general out who I know is gonna try to fight me. I'm gonna take this other general and replace him, and I'm gonna put people in that when I say I'm staying, we're gonna use the military, we're gonna use the police, we're gonna use
Right.
the governors, we're gonna use the power that we have and say who's gonna stop us. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Damn. That's just crazy. I would hope the American people wouldn't stand for those shit like that. Like we're not having no fucking dictator. You
You
know what I
would
mean?
think that. You
But
would think that, but look, how many of these people that fly these these thin blue line flags in their yard,
right.
underneath a Marine flag or underneath the American flag. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
basically, It's like that's and the thing about people don't really realize that you're supporting fascism. I remember back in the day, all these patriots would be mad if you did anything with the flag. If you changed the flag up in any way, you're desecrating the flag. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't drop the flag. You couldn't do this with it. But it's okay to change it, put a blue stripe on it. You know what I'm saying? Now it's, you know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is it's a lot of people right now that call themselves patriots that are actually cool with fascism. They are actually okaying if a person like Trump said that they wanted to be a dictator. All of a sudden, these so-called patriots, all of a sudden, they don't care about the Constitution. Look at the Supreme Court justices who everyone got in front of Congress and said that they, was not touching Roe versus Wade. It was a settled matter. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to worry about me. Just go ahead and confirm me. And then soon as they got enough people in there, what happened to them? So when you saying you hope that American people, no, these judges with it, these Supreme Court justices with it, the Supreme Court justices' families are with it. It's a lot of people that are straight up, they with fascism. And they'll try to cloak it under whatever. But when it comes down to it, they think that they are at a spot where they chances of forever winning are forever lost. So they're ready to push the button. You know what I'm saying? They know what the demographic, they know what the numbers say. They know how it's going to look in 15 years. They know that the country is pushing more progressive than it is conservative. They already know these numbers. So the only thing that they can do is try to make a last stand like Custer. You know what I'm saying? They're going to put all their balls on the table while they still have enough power and try to make a move. And that's what we're seeing right now.
Right. It says like 900 something pages written up. So just me Googling, it says Project 2025 Presidential Transition Project, established April 2022, 2 years ago. Purpose: reshape the U.S. federal government to support the agenda of Donald Trump. That's fucking crazy.
Right. Reshape it for one president.
Right. Budget $22 million.
Why would you need to reshape it for just one president?
Right. Real shit. Says the project. Yeah. It don't say, the next, all presidents to come or nothing like that.
Right.
The project asserts that the entire executive branch is under the direct control of the president under the unitary executive theory. It proposes reclassifying tens of thousands of federal civil service workers as political appointees, in order to replace them with people loyal to the president. That's exactly what you just said. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to create a police
Proponents
state.
argue it would dismantle. It would dismantle what they view as a vast, unaccountable, and liberal government bureaucracy. The project seeks to infuse the government and society with conservative Christian values. Critics have characterized Project 2025 as an authoritarian Christian nationalist plan to steer the U.S. towards autocracy. How you say that? I say
autocracy. Yeah, no, you said it right.
Got my language all fucked up, but yeah, that's the get Trump the fuck up out of here.
But see, people, we don't. It's not just Trump. You have a Supreme Court that's pushing it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they don't.
Yeah,
really
no
realize.
doubt.
The Supreme Court. First off, the Supreme Court has always been. It's never ever really been a liberal leaning Supreme Court. The closest it's kind of been.
How do we
get
like you can't get Supreme Court up out of here though? They're in there for life.
They're in there for life right now. And when people was talking about, they tried to assassinate Trump, I'm like, well, y'all missing the point. If you're going to try to assassinate anybody, you know what I'm saying? You got these other people that are really causing the problem. You know what I'm saying?
They missing the point.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So that's why I be like, a lot of this stuff is theatrical, man. And a lot of this stuff is just for demonstration and mind control, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So when you go look at, like, there's documents that you can go check out from CIA on how they destabilize countries, they destabilize governments. A lot of the same tactics that they have documented the CIA using to go into other countries to do is some of the same stuff that's happening to us by our own people and also foreign enemies. You know what I'm saying? Foreign states that are can't wait to cause some deceit. So we're seeing it all, man. And it's like the first thing that they don't want you to do is be able to trust your eyes. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, we do it. Our community, African American community do it. Irish community, Jewish community, we all be affected by brainwashing to an extent. You know what I'm saying? We're all being manipulated. And that's the thing that people really don't realize. They're not just manipulating middle America. They're not just, manipulating the farmland, the heartland to make to make them think that the whole urban society is left libertards. And you know what I'm saying? They be saying these words over and over again because it's a form of mind control. You know what I'm saying? And they're doing it to them, they're doing it to us. You know what I'm saying? So unfortunately, if people don't really wake up and be able to start doing their own research, kind of being able to shuffle through. But the American public is lazy, man.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the American public is the American voter public is really lazy, because most of the voters are older people that don't want to go on the internet and search and do no research to kind of find out the truth. If the news give it to them, whatever the news say that's what they're going with. And you witnessed that when we were the most exposing thing was their responses to what was going on in Gaza. You know what I'm saying? Like all the stuff that was coming out, like, oh, this happened. Oh, come to find out that was a lie. It ain't no retraction. Just keep pushing forward. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, we're going to sprinkle that lie in there a couple more times. Then you find out, oh, well, shit, the Israelis knew about the attack. Oh, shit, the Israelis kind of set the whole organization up. Oh, shit, that's weird. Oh, you know what I'm saying? So the more and more you get to finding out, you be like, man, but a lot of us we don't get that. We're not getting that information. We just get what they give us on the news, and not really knowing that the news is, it's only going to show you shit that's geared for American audiences. That's why these people had the nerve to want to ban TikTok. If you're going to ban TikTok, ban all the shit, because all the shit is manipulating people, lying to the American people. You know what I'm saying? It's just who you lying for. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That got me want to keep. Well, I know I'm about to keep an eye on what's going on with those leaders that got murked. But yesterday,
you talking about the Hamas leaders and Iranian people?
Yeah. So the supreme leader of Iran was like, "It's on now." Today he said it's on.
Yeah, I just seen that.
So it's on. They about to start fucking Israel up. Now, Israel is an ally of the United States. We're already fucking up Gaza because of Israel. So now we got to defend them from whatever the fuck Iran about to have popping off. Yeah. But that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day.
Yeah, so we can go on this 3-hour tour with that conversation.
Yeah, hell yeah. Look, so this is the RaSun Report. We speak on hip hop, sports, news, culture, all of that. Dwell, you are my political pundit. So whenever some shit's going on, and it's the election season, it's presidential election season, so I'm gonna have you back a couple of times to break down some things that's going on. I really don't have my nose to it like that, so I will, you know what I'm saying, I'll be glad to have you on and talk your talk and keep us aware of what's happening.
Absolutely, man. And if you ever wonder, and check out my Twitter, Politic'n Podcast.
Okay.
Man. I'm always posting different little information, different articles, different, reposts of other stuff that's going on. So it's on over there. You know what I'm saying? You can kind of always.
What is it again?
Politic'n Radio, Politic'n Radio, excuse me, on Twitter.
Okay. I'll make sure I put it in heading. It's down there right there, though, if you see that ticker.
Okay. Yeah, that's it.
But I definitely got you.
Yeah.
Look, I got one more video from the city that we got to check out. This is from my guy, Taylor Weeze. The name of this song is called When Angels Sleep. So here we go. Taylor Weeze, When Angels Sleep. Let's go.
Big culture. Big blessings. Yo.
Hitman B.
Ooh. I was broke, but speaking money, my new language. I heard a black man with a free mind really dangerous. Hell in the cell, they want us locked away in cages. City entertainment, but they black entertainers. Whoa, it's either heaven or Las Vegas. Niggas talking jazz until they get hit with them lasers. Thumbing through this paper like I'm flipping through them pages. Holy water in my cross like buying diamonds by the save us. Whoa. At night I pray when angels sleep, I keep a Glock to protect me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know I'm blessed when angels sleep, I keep a Glock to protect me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hanging out that pastor 187 on these niggas like I'm West. A nigga had a rap number if he ever said he checked me. Bad bitch off a tab like check please, check please. A whole different ways with your jet skis. From the cradle to the grave, I saw everything. Dog food in that China, call that DMX and jet. Only focus on these commas and his music. Hit he played the beat, I told him send it, then went stupid. Only breaking bread with my blood, that's communion. I done seen the money turn niggas into Judas. Fuck a new friend, it's only day was no recruiting. Pockets swelling up, I think my purples got contusion. It's time we all shine. Angel wings on the rally, bitch, we on God time. Whoa. At night I pray when angels sleep, I keep a Glock to protect me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know I'm blessed when angels sleep, I keep a Glock to protect me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hanging out that pastor 187 on these niggas like I'm West. A nigga had a rap number if he ever said he checked me. I pray the Lord my shoulder clean. Pray the Lord my shoulder clean. Pray protect me from the street. Pray the Lord my shoulder.
Taylor Weeds, that's from the album Center of Attention. Came out in 2022. The video just dropped though. Yeah, what you think?
I like it, man. I like a lot of the music that's coming out right now, man. Especially like that. It was a cool little beat. You know, normally I'm not with the little auto tune, and you know what I'm saying. I'll be you know searching for that a 90s sound, but a lot of these dudes, at least their message be cool, and I like that.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Shit, that's it. Tell them where they can find you again. We're gonna get up out of here.
Oh man, you can find me over at Politic'n Radio, man, on Twitter. You know, I'm just doing the little tweets right now, and that's about it. Get ready for a podcast. We're gonna get the podcast going. We're just getting ready to set it up. So you'll see a lot of it, where we'll be talking more pretty much about politics and how it affects us in our community. You know what I'm saying? Which is a lot of times we don't get to do. You mentioned earlier that me at that one point in time spending several years up at Ely. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to talk about how, you know, how stuff that affects our community and we probably don't even think about while we're young and kind of in the streets, and how these things could wind up, you know, affecting us in the long run. So we'll talk about a lot of that stuff and how it relates to us on Politic'n Radio.
Okay. I'll definitely put it out there.
For sure.
All right, man. Don't forget Fifth Element Hip Hop every Friday live on YouTube, 6 p.m., 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then we got 420 in Vegas. Yeah, every Sunday. That's just one of the dopest smoking podcasts out. We let you know about different strains and then just what's trending topics. So you get our high take on that.
Before you go, what you been smoking on?
Yeah.
Before we get out of here, what you been smoking on? What's the thing that was a good one?
We've been smoking Moon Rock pre-rolls.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We've been smoking Moon Rock pre-rolls. That's been because Vegas Zay on IG, he provides the tree every week.
Okay, that works.
So right. So yeah, that works like a motherfucker. Every time you get there, you get a free joint. So Vegas Zay provides the tree, but sometimes he'll break it down. And we had a mayoral candidate named EJ Burney, but it's a black dude. He smoke, he got dreads. We had him on the show. Brought us a bottle of Keith, and that's just been going in every joint for the last couple months.
That's what's up. Yeah. No, I know everybody on there connoisseur. I know Zay a connoisseur, so I know.
Right. And then we have a guest. We're supposed to have we had a porn star guest, but she canceled last week. But this will be our second porn star. But this is also a lady of the night, so should be a dope conversation.
Okay.
Should be a dope conversation.
Porn star / lady of the night.
Yeah, all of that.
70s shit.
And then shout out our sponsor, Beg for Mercy by Miles Felony. Make sure y'all, if you're in the books, if you're in the reading, this is a dope one for you. Beg for Mercy by Miles Felony.
That's right.
Well,
yes, sir.
I appreciate you one more. And we are out of here. Peace, peace.
Sir.
RaSun report. RaSun report. Hip hop, sports, and much more from hot topics, but not the storefront. One of the intelligent fellas from Fifth Element crew. No embellishing moves when he telling the news. The platform, not the Fed type. Fancy Ed Rap, keep the dread tight. Not to be confused with the vultures. We do it strictly for the culture. The RaSun report. RaSun report.